Hey guys, Matt Guzman here, back with another video, and today's going to be about how to get Scout Rank Part 2. So last week I did Part 1 on my channel, and if you haven't seen that, please go check that out first because it goes over the fundamentals of Scouting BSA. So if you have watched that, let's get right into it. As always, a quick overview of what's going on. To get into Scouts, there are a couple age requirements. You need to have completed the 5th grade and be at least 10 years old. So if you have done 5th grade and you're 10 years old, you can join. Or you have earned your Heir of Light at 10 years old at least. And if you haven't done any of those, you can be age 11 but have not reached age 18. And if I have not said before, 18 is the mandatory age requirement to leave Scouts BSA. Now, I know there are other things that you can join, but for Scouts BSA, you have to leave at 18. So, for the ranks, there are 7 of them, and scouting is the first out of the 7. So, I know the term scouts gets crossed off a lot. There's like multiple things for scouts. So, let me go over it. Scouting BSA is what this all is. It's the program Scouting BSA, formerly known as Boy Scouts. A scout is someone who participates in it. And then you have the scout rank, which is the first one out of Scouts BSA that a scout can learn. So please try to understand that if you're new, it is confusing at first, but basically the first rank is called scout rank. Let's get right into it. So first, this is requirement number 2. Last week I made requirement number 1. So number 2 says, after attending at least one scout troop meeting, A, describe how the scouts in the troop provide its leadership. So patrols are actually not run by adults. They are run by the kids who are part of that patrol. So they elect a patrol leader that will plan things out for them. Now, because depending on what kind of patrol they're in, if they're the new patrol, they can have the troop guide to help them, which is an experienced scout that helps the new scouts. So it's all about scout leadership, teaching each other, and the adults don't really interfere. They just give guidance and mentorship. Alright, so that was a lot to take in on the first few minutes, but as long as you understand how the basic concept of it works, then you should be fine. So, B says to describe the 4 steps of Scout advancement. So, Scout is all about the experience, but it can also be about getting the advancements and ranks as well. So, the proper way to attain those is step 1, the Scout must learn that certain skill or requirement, and then the Scout is tested to make sure they know how to do it. The Scout is reviewed by either an adult or the SPL, which is the main Scout in charge. They're reviewed to make sure they actually understand that skill. And then once it's confirmed that they can do that, the Scout is recognized. And it does not apply only to ranks. It could apply towards merit badges, which I will discuss shortly. It could apply towards not even ranks. It could apply towards any skill in general, as long as you can learn from it, be tested, reviewed, and recognized to any skill like that's relevant to scouting. Okay, so for number 2C, describe the Scouts BSA ranks and how they are earned. Now, I'm not going to directly give away the answer, but I will say this. The first 4, Scout, Tenderfoot, Second Class, and First Class, as Sir Robert Baden-Powell said, I will paraphrase, essentially he said that all Boy Scouts, regardless of your age, should at least strive to reach First Class, because those cover the basic knowledge that he thought every Boy Scout should know pertaining to Scouts BSA. So the first 4 is about learning the skills and trying to learn what Boy Scouts is all about. And then the last 3, which is Star, Life, and Eagle, are about leading. It leads towards leading other people. Get it? Leading. It leads towards. Anyway, it's providing leadership to others and helping those who have not reached First Class strive towards that. And usually, once you reach Star Scout, it's all about providing guidance to others and also trying to reach your own goals by providing leadership. Alright, number 2D. Describe what merit badges are. Now, this is going to be a direct quote from the book because you need to explain how they are earned, but you need to understand what they are first. So, I'm not going to give away the direct answer again, but I am going to quote the Boy Scout Handbook. It says the merit badges are awarded to scouts who have put special emphasis on learning specific topics. So, Say you just want to take a break from getting those 7 ranks, but you want to try something new while still being active. Merit badges are a great way to communicate with others and also to explore the other areas that in scouting. There's over 100 merit badges, and I've covered a lot of them on my channel. Um, if you're just new to merit badges, I'll put some links in the description that I think are pretty easy merit badges to start off on. But merit badges are for widening your perspective on what you can earn in Boy Scouts and getting the additional information that'll help you learn new skills. So, Court of Honors are an official advancement ceremony where Scouts are given anything that they've done over the past few months via a card that says they've completed something or a badge, like a merit badge. Once you have gotten the merit badge, you sew it onto a sash, which looks like this. This is my sash, and I have more merit badges, it's just I haven't been officially presented them yet since I've had the last Court of Honor. But when you do have a lot of merit badges, take this person for instance. This is an Eagle Scout that used to be in my troop, and look how many merit badges he has. He has a lot. Unfortunately, he aged out recently, so he had to leave. But this is just goes to show how much inexperience that he had in his time in Boy Scouts. Okay, that's it for number 2. Now moving on to number 3. It says to describe the types of patrols that are used in your troop. Now, it may vary depending on the size of your troop. When I first joined, we only had like 7 kids, so we had like 1 patrol, and then it dropped to 4 kids. So, but now we have about 12 kids, so we are able to split it off into 2 different patrols now. Typically, when you have around 15 to 20 kids, you can have 3 patrols, or you don't need 15 to 20, but the ideal troop has 3, and those 3 are the New Scout Patrol, which is for the scouts that have just joined, the regular scouts who are experienced and have like general knowledge of the ranks, which is like they have like second class or they have first class. Just anything that's beyond the scout rank, that's usually the regular scout patrol because they already have the knowledge. And then finally, the older scout patrol, which usually are those last 3 I talked about, the Star Scout, Life Scout, and Eagle Scout. Those are usually in the older scout patrol. You can even have first class in there. It just depends on how much they're into the troop and how much they're participating. It's all based on experience in the end. You can get as many ranks, as many requirements checked off, but it's not going to matter if you don't have the experience. If you're just breezing through everything. Now, keep this in mind. I know I am trying to get Eagle Scout in under 2 years, and I have been called out on trying to rush through everything. I'm not rushing through. I'm trying to make sure I get Eagle Scout before I age out. So I'm trying to bring myself into a good experience in scouting. So again, it's all about the experience. Also, as you can see in parentheses, there's inactive. I'm just going to briefly go over what that means. Some troops, including mine, will have a subdivision called the inactive patrol, which is scouts who left the troop but are still officially in the record. They just don't show up anymore, but they're still on the record. They're placed in the inactive patrol, so they're not taking up space in the other patrols. So that's how patrols are usually sectioned off. The patrol method, though, the scouts themselves directly teach and correlate with fellow scouts. They follow the term scout-led, where youths guide each other to learn different skills. And older scouts are not the only leaders. You can have younger scouts teaching younger kids, as long as they're all working together. Also, adults are advisors or mentors. They do not interfere with the original plan. They may alter it, usually with the consent of the SPL, but the leadership are basically provided by the actual scouts, in which they plan, teach, and guide each other. So that would fall under planning for food, maybe working out an event on how you're going to set something up, and talking with older scouts to see how might things work when you're at a camp out together. Like for this, we had our gear stored in one place first while we were trying to get the tent set up, and then we guided the younger scouts and taught them how to set up tents and let them do it. Also, this camp out, we actually had one of our new patrol leaders come, so this was an unofficial ceremony where I ripped off his patch and gave him patrol leader.
Although you can use
What else are you doing?
to get beans.
Putting on a rank.
For who?
I'm taking my rank back.
That's...
You have patrol leader!
Woohoo!
Okay. Okay, so that was a lot to take in. Again, as long as you have the basic understanding of how that's supposed to work, and please do, because it's very important about the term scout-led. Once you have that down, moving on to 3B, become familiar with your patrol name, emblem, flag, and yell. So these four things are what defines how you work in the patrol, because you need to explain how those items create patrol spirit. So a patrol usually has a name because it's its own group of kids. They have an emblem or a patch. They have their own flag, and they also have a yell, which they can do during events, during the start of meetings to show their spirit. And keep in mind, the patrols is whatever you make it. It's all about connectivity and unity among your peers and helping and learning off one another. If you're in a disconfigured patrol that's not functioning very well, the leaders aren't really doing their jobs, then it's not a very good. It's not that it's a bad patrol, it's just bad connectivity among the peers. So you need to work together to make sure you're understanding what you need to do and what's going on. For instance, while working on the art merit badge with my troop, I had actually already got it, so I was able to teach it to them rather than having an adult counselor just do it all. I was able to guide them through it, so you really just want to give everyone the same opportunity to have a good experience and help each other out. Okay, so here's just a couple of things that I thought would be good to tell you guys. Just like last week, meritbadge.org has helpful hints to earning this rank if you still don't understand some concepts. Also, provides no benefit if these concepts drift over someone's head. You need to know the concepts. You can't just, oh, I'm going to get this, bam, 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 done. It's not going to be worth it if you don't have the good experience from it. And last thing, use and read the Scout Handbook. The Scout Handbook is a very important tool, and you should at least read through the entire thing in your first month of scouting. I didn't, and I regretted it because I was falling behind and I had to really pick up the pace. Hence why I'm trying to make Eagle Scout in under 2 years. So, yeah. Thank you for watching my video on how to get Scout Rank Part 2. Again, if you haven't seen Part 1, why did you watch this video all the way to the end? I'm just kidding. Thank you for watching my video on how to get Scout Rank Part 2. I have some links in descriptions for some of the videos and merit badges that I briefly went over, like the art merit badge, maybe a status update where I mentioned my merit badges. Those will all be in the description. Thank you for watching my channel. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!